Right then, so in this video we're just going to do a basic router configuration. So that's going to be a banner message, passwords on a few different lines, and we're also going to encrypt the passwords. So what we'll do first, we'll set out the scenario. We're going to use a 2811 router. We might as well stick down a switch and a PC for remotely connecting to the router later on. We'll connect these up. Just use the auto connect because it doesn't really matter for now. And that's the scenario pretty much ready. So we're going to go into the router's CLI, and the CLI is the same as if we connected to this router through a console connection off a laptop or something like that. This is what that's emulating. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to say no to that dialog box. We want to do this ourselves. And first things first, we might as well set a host name for this router. So we need to go into privilege mode, so enable mode. And because we want to make a configuration change, we need to go into config T, so configuration terminal. And from here we can just type host name and whatever you want to call that router. So in this case I'm just going to put R1. As you can see now, the router's name on the left has changed to R1. Right, so what we want to do next, we're going to set a banner message. So this little message just pops up after you hit return. People use these for things such as unauthorized access, they'll be prosecuted, that type of jazz. We'll just make something up when we get there. So banner, message of the day, MOTD. Then an escaping character, I like to use quotes. So I'm just going to I'll just put no access for now, just to get us by. Right, so if we just exit all the way back to the start, oops, and hit enter, you'll see no access. There's our banner message, that's when it appears. So what we'll do next, enter enable mode, enter config T, and we're going to set a password. We're going to set up the encryption service, because if we don't, all our passwords will be plain text. So we just type in service password hyphen encryption. Now all the passwords we set will be encrypted. If we hadn't done that, when we do show running config later on and see the passwords, it would have been plain text. So not what we want. So first thing we'll set, we might as well set an enable password. So we'll do enable secret, and we'll use the password Cisco. That's it. It's now password protected. So just to demonstrate that, enable, and we need a password. There you go. So let's password protect this console connection, this connection we're using now. So because we want to make a configuration change, config T, and we're wanting to configure the console line. So line con. There's only one console line on this router, and because Cisco started their numbering at 0, this is going to be con 0. The syntax is slightly different to when we've done the enable password. For this, you just do password, then whatever you want to use as a password. So we'll go with Cisco. Right, and then you also have to type in login. The console connection is now password protected, and that password's encrypted. So the next thing we need to do is we might as well password protect the VTY line. So the VTY lines are the lines used when you're telnetting and remote connecting to this router to configure it. So we still want to password protect those. So we'll exit that for now. It's a line. It's a VTY line, and there's 5 VTY connections on this router. And because Cisco start with 0, that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 to get those 5 connections. And we can do all 5. We can password protect all 5 in one go by just putting 0 space 4. So that's now going to configure all 5 VTY lines at once. And the syntax is exactly the same as when we done line con. So password Cisco login. It's now password protected. So now we've set a banner message, we have set a host name, we've password protected the enable, the console line, and the VTY lines. So what we'll do is we'll exit right out, just see what we get now. So press enter to get started. I'll do so. I need a password, Cisco. So there's our console password just been done. Now our enable password, Cisco. Right, so that's those ones. But I want to show you the VTY connection. So what we're going to do, we're going to give interface 0, FA 0/0. So that's the interface we connected to the router and the switch. We're going to give that an IP address. We're going to give the PC an IP address, and then we're going to do a telnet connection. So because we want to change the configuration setting, config T, we want to change an interface. So int, and we know that interface is F 0/0. So fast Ethernet 0/0. Okay, so we've done that. So if I just move this to the side to prove that. So it's, come on, 0/0. There we go. So now that we've sorted that out, we'll give it an IP address. So IP address, and we're going to give it a 192.168.1.1. Okay, with the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Hit enter on there. That's now got an IP address. The port, however, is still administratively down, so we need to actually no-shut that port, which is no-shut down, to bring it up to mark the port as up. That's done, sorted. So we'll exit right out, close our CLI for now. If we head to the PC, desktop, IP configurations, and we'll give this a 192.168.1.2 address. Subnet mask is the same. The default gateway is going to be that IP address we just put on the router, 192.168.1.1. If we close that, we'll close this and we'll just ping between them to ensure, fast forward just to get that connection up. Ping router to PC. There we go, successful. Failed the first time. PC to router, successful. Okay, so back in here, oops, we're going to go to the command prompt. And we want to telnet to the router. So this is going to use those VTY lines. So telnet 192.168.1.1. And we need a password. So that's the telnet password. Cisco, enable Cisco. That's it. So we can now remotely configure this this router, but it needs a password. So that's a very basic configuration for a router we've just gone through there. It's added certainly a lot more security than the router had when we first popped it down. So hopefully you can apply that to some of your scenarios.